Tubi, movies and live TV.
What's up? What's up? Guys, congratulate TinyBean7289 as a moderator. Thank you for being a loyal fan. I appreciate you. All right, hold on. I'm going to get the chat going. Here we go. Here we go. Hold up. Let's go, guys. Gonna get this thing going real quick. Let's just make sure. What's up, guys? We are getting set up right now. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's see. All right, I missed so much chat. Big Teo, your third, your first, your second. All right. All right, guys, I'm gonna shut that. It's not as hot as I thought. You liked and sub, thank you so much. There we go. All right. All right, we're gonna start off with the USA. We're gonna get this off started. Let's go. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go, guys. All right, let's do a little bit of red, white, and blue for this one. Here we go. All right. Yes, Tiny Bean, I know you're subscribed. You're a moderator. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, let's do Argentina. Let's get this one going. Here we go. All right, ready to Argentina. Here we go. All right, here we go. You have to be subscribed and you have to let me know what country. So in the chat, let me know you're subscribed and then let me know your country. All right, here we go. Here we go. I'm going to pin that message. You got to let me know you're subscribed. Here we go. All right. All right, I just lost my chat. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second real quick. All right, USA. There we go. There we go. All right. All right, next up is going to be Argentina. Let's go. Argentina. I think we're going to have to do blue and white for Argentina. They have just entered the World Cup race. So, here we go. Here we go. Awesome, awesome. Argentina, let's go. All right, yellow and blue. Here we go. Here we go. All right, Spain. You got to let me know if you're a subscriber. I'll do them since they're in the World Cup. You got to let me know if you're a subscriber, and then let me know. Let me know. All right, here we go. Germany, you're subscribed. I got you, Germany. All right, I got Germany and Spain added. Here we go. Here we go. All right, Argentina. There you go. There you go. Awesome. All right, next up is going to be Spain. They're playing Argentina in the World Cup. Here we go. All right, yellow and red. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get this one spinning. Here we go. All right. All right, what's up, Canada? You are subscribed. Thank you so much, Canada. Let's get you added. Here we go. All right, I got you added, Canada. Here we go. Here we go. All right, let's take a look at Spain. All right, here we go. There you go, Spain. There you go. Awesome. Next up is Germany. Let's go, Germany. Let's add it here. Let's go. All right. Germany, we're going to go a little bit of red with some yellow and a little bit of black. All right, Germany. Here we go. Here we go. All right. You subscribe, Portugal. All right, I got you, Portugal. I got you added. Do not worry. All right, Jamaica, you are subscribed. I got you. All right, here we go. Here we go. You gotta let me know if you're subscribed if you want a chance. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, Germany. There you are. There you are. All right, there we go. Coming up next is going to be Canada. Let's go, Canada. All right, Canada. Let's do a little bit of red with some black. All right, here we go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, you subbed to Argentina. I got you, Argentina. Let's get you added right now. Thank you so much, Argentina. All right, I got you, Brazil. Thank you so much for subscribing. All right, let's see. Let's see. Japan, you gotta let me know you're subscribed, though. I don't know if just... Here we go. Here we go. USA, you just said you're subscribed. All right, thank you, USA. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Canada. There you go. There you go. All right, next up is Portugal. Thank you so much for subscribing, Portugal. Let's get you added. Here we go. Here we go. All right, green and red for Portugal. Let's get this one spinning. Here we go. All right, we are not going to do names until 50 likes. Then we'll play our lucky subscriber spin art. All right, you have to say your name. You have to say you're subbed and then your country. All right, England. Thank you for saying you're subbed and your country. Thank you so much, England. All right, Australia. Let's get you added. Thank you so much for subscribing, Australia. Make sure I can get that spelt right. Oh, hold on, we're going to do it right on this side. Australia. All right, Australia. Thank you so much. Here we go. Add you, USA. Of course, I got you added. There we go. Awesome. There we go. Here we go. All right, Portugal. There you go. There you go. All right, here we go. Jamaica coming up right now. Let's go. Jamaica, let's do a little bit of yellow with some green. All right, Jamaica, here we go. Here we go. All right, Philippines. All right, here we go. Here we go. Got you added right there. England, you're subscribed. All right, England. All right, I got you added. Here we go. Here we go. All right, Jamaica. There we go. There we go. All right, coming up next is going to be Argentina. Let's go, Argentina. All right, here we go. Here we go. Do a little bit of blue with some yellow. All right, let's go, Argentina. Let's get that one spinning. Come on now. Here we go. At 50 likes, we will do a lucky subscriber spin art game. I'll be at 50 likes. I will do anybody's name if they send a super chat as well. So, if you want your name, send a super chat, and I will do your name. All right, here we go. Argentina, there you go. Somebody sends a super chat, guys. Let me know that they do, because I don't want to miss it. Here we go. All right, Brazil, green and yellow. Let's go, let's go. All right, here we go, here we go. Next up is going to be USA. Here we go, here we go. Egypt, I think I have you in line. Do I not? I do not. Let me get Egypt added to the line. All right. All right, Egypt. Here we go. I got you added. Don't worry, USA. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, let's go. Brazil. There you go, Brazil. I hope you enjoy. Awesome. Next up is going to be USA. Here we go. Here we go. Awesome. Let's go. Red, blue, and white. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, let's go. New Zealand. Let me know if you're subscribed and I can get you added. All right, here we go. Here we go. USA. There we go. There we go. All right. Next up is going to be England. Let's go. All right, England. There we go. Let's do a little bit of red with some white. There we go. Let's go, England. All right. Next up will be Australia. Belgium, you subscribe. All right, Belgium. Thank you so much for subscribing. Here we go. All right. Awesome. Let's take a look at England. All right, there you go, England. I hope you enjoy. All right, coming up next is going to be Australia. We're going to do a little bit of yellow with some pink in the middle because they got a pink lake in Australia. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Let's go. Yellow and pink. All right, we're on the outside too. There we go. Here we go. We got that one spinning. Let's go. Let's go. New Zealand. Oh, we are at 50 likes. Thank you so much. I'm going to choose one lucky subscriber. So all you have to do is subscribe and then put in the chat your name and that you're a subscriber. And then I will choose one of you guys for lucky subscriber spin art. We're only doing it at 50 likes. We might do it at 100. I haven't decided yet. 50 likes for sure. So do it right now. Let's go. Australia. There you go. All right. I'm going to choose that name. Let me look in the chat. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Liam, thank you so much for being a lucky subscriber. All right. Guys, I'm only taking requests from subscribers for spin art. So, remember to put in the chat that you're a subscriber and your country. So, if you want a chance for your country to be done, you have to be a subscriber. All right. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Liam, there you go. I hope you enjoy, Liam. All right. Coming up next is going to be the USA. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Red, blue, and white. There we go. There we go. All right. Algeria, you are subbed. Thank you so much, Algeria. I got you added to the list. Thank you so much. All right. New Zealand. Let's get you added to the list as well. New Zealand. All right, thank you so much. All right, you're a subscriber. All right, Argentina, thank you so much for being a subscriber. All right, Spain, thank you so much for being a subscriber. Here we go. All right, I got all you guys added. Let's go, let's go. All right, USA, there we go, there we go. All right, next up is going to be the Philippines. Here we go. All right, Philippines, here we go. Let's do a little bit of blue with some pink. And a little bit of white on the outside. Here we go, here we go. Let's get this one spinning. Come on now, guys. Here we go, here we go. All right, Canada, thank you for being a subscriber. Here we go. Let's go. Canada. All right, Canada, you have been added to the line. Let's go. All right. You're Derek, you just subscribed. Thank you so much. We are just doing countries right now. All right, here we go, here we go. Philippines, there you are. At 100 likes, I will choose a lucky subscriber for lucky subscriber spin art in our game. So that'll be at 100 likes. We'll play our game. Here we go. All right. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. Thank you so much. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Guys, I don't know flags. You got to put your country name. You got to write it out. All right, England. There you go. There you go. Thank you so much. Of course. Thank you so much, Ethan, for coming to the streams. I appreciate it. I appreciate you as a mod. So thank you, Ethan. All right. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Thanks, Bean, for that message. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Egypt. There you are. Awesome. All right. Next up is going to be Belgium. Here we go. Here we go. Belgium. Let's do a little bit of yellow. A little bit of red. With some black. All right. Belgium. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Let's get that one spinning. All right, guys. Here we go. Here we go. You subscribed. Thank you so much for subscribing. Here we go. Here we go. You want USA? Perfect. I got you. All right, Nicaragua, I got you. All right. I got both of those added to the line. Do not worry. All right. Mexico, you subscribe. Thank you so much, Mexico. I got you added as well. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Belgium. There you are. There you are. Awesome. Let's go. Next up is going to be Algeria. Here we go. Algeria. Let's do a little bit of blue with some green and some red. All right, Algeria, get that one. So let's get that one spinning. Here we go. Here we go. You subscribe. You want Canada. All right, Canada, I got you. All right, Canada. Here we go. Here we go. All right, let's take a look. All right, Algeria. There you go. Awesome. Next up is going to be New Zealand. Let's go, New Zealand. Let's do a little bit of green with some, I mean, not green, red with some blue. And we'll add some black on the inside. Here we go. Here we go. All right, you subscribed. You got to let me know what country you want. You got to type it out and let me know you're a subscriber. Here we go. Here we go. Portugal. I got you. All right. Here we go. Here we go. USA. All right. Coming up next is Argentina. They are going to be in the World Cup. Here we go. Here we go. All right. New Zealand. There you are. All right. Argentina. Let's go. We're going to do a little bit of red with some, not red. We're going to do blue with some yellow for Argentina. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Let's get that one spinning. They got the sun stripes here coming. Let's go, Argentina. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Let's take a look. Guys, at 100 likes, we're going to play our lucky subscriber spin art game. Argentina. There you go. Hope you enjoy. All right. Coming up next is Spain. The team that Argentina will be facing in the World Cup is Spain. So let's do yellow with red. Oh my goodness. Lamine Lamar. I don't know how to say his name. He's pretty good though. I like him. All right, here we go. Here we go. You gotta let me know you're a subscriber, and then let me know your country. I just see country. So here we go. Here we go. Spain. There you go. Welcome to the World Cup. All right. I see Iceland subscribed. I'm gonna get Iceland added to the list. So don't worry, Iceland. Thank you so much for subscribing. I will get you added. So do not worry, Iceland. All right. Here we go. Here we go. All right, Iceland. Thank you so much for subscribing. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right. Canada. There you go. There you go. All right, guys, I'm going to choose one lucky subscriber in our lucky subscriber spin art game. We are going to choose them right after we do USA right now. So make sure you subscribe and then comment that you subscribed and your name. So I'm going to choose one of you guys after we finish the USA. Here we go. Here we go. All right, guys. Let's get it going. All right, I'm going to look at my chat. I got to see the names coming. So I want to choose one lucky subscriber right now. So who am I going to choose? All right, you need to tell me you're a subscriber, and let's go. All right, here we go. Mallory. Mallory, thank you so much for being a subscriber. Guys, we're going to do that again at 150 likes, so do not worry. USA, there you go, there you go. All right, Mallory, thank you so much for being our lucky subscriber. Oh my gosh, somebody's donating $200. Wow, that's amazing. All right, we are going to do a special one. We got a super chat in the chat. So, Azara, Japan. I will make you one right after Mallory's. Thank you so much for being a subscriber. So, Azara, because you sent that super chat, we are giving you your own. Azara, Japan. All right, here we go. Here we go. Thank you so much, Azara. I appreciate it so much. Here we go. All right, Mallory. There you go. There you go. All right, guys. If you want you to skip the line as well, please send a super chat, and you can skip the line as well. So, Azara, here we go. Let's do a little bit of red with some white, a little bit of black in the middle, and then I think we need one more color. Let's throw in a little bit of blue in there for Azara. All right, thank you so much, Azara. All right. Here we go. Azara. There you go. There you go. I hope you enjoy it. All right, Azara. There we go. Awesome. Next up is Nicaragua. Let's go. All right. Let's go. Let's get this one spinning. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Here we go. All right, Nicaragua. There we go. There we go. Awesome. Next up is Mexico. Let's go. All right, let's do a little bit of green, white, and red. All right. All right, here we go. Here we go. Senegal, you subscribe. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Senegal. You guys did a great in this World Cup. Great job this year, Senegal. All right. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Let's go. Mexico. There you are. There you are. All right. Canada. All right, guys. I don't know how to see gifts on here, so I'm only going to do it for super chats. So, if you send a super chat, I will do your name. Gifts, I cannot see, so unless, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I can see gifts or not. So, I don't know if I can see it on my iPad or not. So, if I can't see it, I won't do special ones for gifts, but I'll do it for super chats. But, here we go. If you send a gift and I can see it, I will do one for you. I just don't know if I can see it or not on my iPad. Here we go. Portugal. Let's go with red and green. Here we go. All right. All the mods will tell me if somebody gifts me. So mods, spam my chat if somebody gifts. Yes. Spam the chat if someone gifts, mods, please. All right. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Portugal. There you go. There you go. All right. All right. Guys, if you guys send a gift and I do not see it, that means my mods will spam the chat. So please spam the chat, mods. So thank you, mods. Thank you. So we are not going to miss your gift if you send one. Do not worry. We have our mods. All right. Here we go. Here we go. All right. USA. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Next up is going to be Iceland. Let's go. All right. We're going to do a little bit of blue. With some blue. Another blue. Here we go. Here we go. With white. We're going to choose more mods at 50,000 subscribers. Right now, we are set with mods. All right. Here we go. Jordan, the country. You subscribe. Thank you so much. Let's add you. All right. We're going to add some more countries real quick. Here we go. Canada. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Brazil. USA, here we go. All right, you have to be subscribed. So Brazil, you're subscribed. Mexico, here we go. Thanks for letting me know you subscribed. Mexico, I got you. Added right now. Here we go. India, you are not subscribed. Senegal, I got you added. You are up next. Do not worry. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, next up is Senegal. Let's go. All right, Iceland. There you go. There you go. All right, Senegal. All right, here we go. Here we go. Green, red, and yellow. All right, let's get that one spinning. Here we go. Here we go. Awesome. Awesome. Here we go. Here we go. All right, Germany, you subscribe. Thank you so much, Germany, for subscribing. All right, we got you added, Germany. Do not worry. All right, here we go. All right, Hawaii. I will do a special one for Hawaii. All right. All right, here we go. All right, Senegal. There we go. There we go. Let's go. Jordan coming up. All right, Jordan, we're going to do a little bit of red with some green. Here we go. Here we go. All right, Mexico, I got you. Thank you so much, Mexico, for subscribing. I will get Mexico added. Guys, remember, I'm not doing names for spin art. I will do a special lucky subscriber game at 150 likes. But if you want to skip the line and you want your name done, all you have to do is send a super chat or a gift, and I will do one for you. So, that's all it takes. Here we go. Here we go. All right, let's go, let's go. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, guys. Thanks for saying bless you. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you, thank you. All right, here we go, here we go. All right, Canada. There you go, there you go. I hope you enjoy. There you go, Canada. All right, here we go. Brazil coming up next. India, you are not subscribed. You gotta let me know you're subscribed. I will not do countries for people that are not subscribed. So if you want a chance for your country, you have to be subscribed. All right, here we go. Here we go. Go pick some more countries to add to this list. All right. You are not a subscriber. All right. Only looking for subscriber ones. All right. USA, thanks for letting me know that you subscribed. I got you added. Do not worry. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, here we go. Brazil, there you are. There you are. Awesome. USA coming up next. Let's go. All right. Yes, can you do USA that you're subscribed? I'm doing USA right now, so do not worry. Red, white, and blue. All right, let's go USA. Come on now. All right, guys. Here we go. Here we go. All right, USA. There we go. There we go. Awesome. Next up is Mexico. Mexico, we're going to be doing green, white, and red. Let's get this one going. All right, green on the outside. And then we're going to do some white. And then we'll do a little dot of red. Here we go. Here we go. Awesome, guys. Here we go. Awesome. England, you subscribe. Thank you so much, England, for subscribing. Let's get you added to the list. England, you have been added to our list. Let's go. All right. Feel like I added a couple papers. All right, just England. Here we go. Here we go. All right, let's take a look. Mexico. There you go. There you go. All right, can I do names? So I will do one lucky subscriber in our lucky subscriber spin art game at 150 likes. If you send a gift or a super chat, I will do your name. All right, here we go. Here we go. Other than that, we're just doing countries, states, and cities. Here we go. Here we go. All right, let's take a look at this one. All right, Germany. There you go. There you go. Here we go. Next up will be Hawaii. Let's get Hawaii going. We need our orange for this one. Here we go. Here we go. Let's get that spin. Let's get that going. Here we go. All right, we're going to do some orange with some yellow and red. Let's get a sunset going here. All right, well, as we get that one spin. Here we go, guys. Come on now. All right. Here we go. Awesome, guys. Here we go. Hawaii. There you are. There you are. All right, you subscribed. You want Albania. All right, I'll get Albania added. Let's get Mexico started, but I got Albania. I'll get them added to the list. Thank you so much for subscribing. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, Albania. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right, Mexico. There you go. There you go. How much for a spin art? For spin art, you just have to be a subscriber, and that's how you get a chance for me to do your name. If you send a super chat, I will do your name. Yeah, your actual name rather than country. But if you want to skip the line for countries, send a super chat with the name of your country, and you'll skip to the front. All right, Kenya, you're a subscriber. Thank you so much, Kenya. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's go. All right, USA, Canada. All right, I got all those added real quick. Let's go. Let's go. All right, USA. There you go. There you go. All right, next up is going to be England. Let's go. Let's go. All right, let's do a little bit of red with some white. All right, Florida. All right, I got Florida added. Here we go. Here we go. Germany. All right, here we go. Here we go. Portugal. I know what you meant. It's okay, Florida. All right, Norway. All right, Singapore. All right, guys, if you send a super chat and you want your country done right away, you will skip the line. Whatever line I have, whatever line I am making, you will skip it with a super chat. All right, here we go. Here we go. England, there you are. There you are. All right, guys, remember All right, guys, we're only going to take requests from subscribers. So you have to be subscribed for a chance for your spin art to be done. So you have to let me know you subscribed and then your country name. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. You have to let me know you're subscribed. Please let me know you're subscribed and then the country's name. All right, here we go. Here we go. Albania. There we go. All right. Why is the toy so dirty? Because it's full of paint from the spin art. It's crazy, guys. All right. Here we go. All right. Get that one spinning. Let's go now, guys. Come on now. All right. All right. You want Qatar? All right. France is subscribed. All right. We got both of those being added right now. All right. Here we go. Here we go. I got both of those added to the line. Here we go. Here we go. All right, guys. Kenya. There you go. There you go. All right, guys. USA. Here we go. Here we go. Australia. Let me know if you're subscribed. If you are, I can do Australia. All right. Here we go. Let's go. All right. USA. Argentina. Let's go. Let's go. Awesome. Thank you so much, Argentina, for subscribing. All right, guys, I'm going to choose one lucky subscriber in our lucky subscriber spin art game. So that means you have to be subscribed, and all you have to do right now is comment your name and that you're subscribed. And I will choose one of you guys from the chat. There we go, USA. All right, guys. We're doing one right now. I'm not sure if we're going to do another one, but get ready for this one. Here we go. Here we go. This will be our lucky subscriber game. All right, we're going to choose it right after we finish this one. So, let's go. All right, awesome, awesome. Let's go, let's go. All right. I'm looking at the chat right now. Here we go. Canada. There you go, there you go. We're going to do another one at 200 likes, so do not worry if you do not win this one. This one is for Jennifer. Guys, we're going to do another one at 200 likes, so another lucky subscriber spin art game at 200 likes. So, Jennifer, here we go. All right. All right, Jennifer, thank you for being a lucky subscriber. Australia is subscribed. Thank you, Australia. All right, Australia, I got you added. Do not worry. What happened to the papers? What do you mean? We're doing them as we're going. All right, here we go, here we go. Jennifer, thank you so much for being a subscriber. There you go, there you go. All right, coming up next is Florida. Let's go, Florida. All right, let's do a little bit of yellow. Not yellow, but a little bit of pink. And blue for that Miami blue. Here we go, here we go. Some call it UNC blue, some call it Miami blue. All right, here we go, here we go. I got you, Florida. We're doing it right now. Here we go. All right, Florida. There you go. I just read a crazy chat just now. Someone just came from a live stream about somebody selling meat out of their Crocs. What is going on? What do you mean they're selling meat in Crocs? That's crazy. Well, welcome to the live stream. We are not selling meat in Crocs. That is crazy. I can't believe you even saw that. Wow. Oh, my goodness. All right, Norway. Let's get this added. Selling meat in Crocs. Oh, my goodness. All right, here we go. All right, Germany. I've been to Germany once. Pretty cool spot. Had a pretzel. I like that pretzel. I had too much salt on it, so I had to scrape off the salt. Because, you know, sometimes when those pretzels get too salty, they're not good anymore. So, I had to take the salt off that pretzel. All right, guys, here we go. Let's get this one going. All right, Germany. We got this one going. All right. Here we go. All right, let's take this one off. Let's go with Norway. Here we go. We're going on to Norway. Here we go. Portugal. There you go. There you go. All right. Here we go. Norway. Let's get it going. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Let's get this spinning. Let's get a little bit of red with some blue and some white. All right. Here we go. You want another Germany? All right, since you subscribed, I got you. Thank you for subscribing. Here we go. Here we go. All right, Kenya. All right, Kenya. Here we go. Here we go. All right, let's go. Let's go. All right, Norway. There you are. Thank you so much for being a subscriber. I appreciate it. All right, Singapore, let's go. All right, here we go, here we go. Singapore. Let's get this one going. Come on now, let's go. All right, Singapore, it's coming, it's going. Let's go. All right, here we go, here we go. All right, next get up is me, Cutter. All right, Argentina. I will get you out of you guys are in the World Cup finals. All right, Sweden. I got you added to the line, Sweden. All right, here we go, here we go. Of course, happy to do it. Here we go. Awesome, let's take a look, guys. Let's go, Singapore. There you are, there you are. Guys, remember at 200 likes, we're going to play our Lucky Subscriber Spin Art game. So, you have to be a subscriber to play that game for a chance for your very own Lucky Subscriber Spin Art. I'm only doing countries. You have to be a subscriber. You have to let me know you're a subscriber if you want a chance for it to be done. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. If you want your name done or if you want to skip the line, just send a gift or super chat. All right. Qatar. There you go. There you go. All right. Here we go. Here we go. France. Let's go. All right. France. Here we go. Let's get this one spinning for France. All right. Here we go. You want another Florida? All right, we can get Florida added. Let me know. You got to be a subscriber, so let me know if you're a subscriber. If you're a subscriber, say that you're a subscriber and that you want Florida. Here we go. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, Jamaica. Yes, I know you're subscribed. I got you. Jamaica. All right, added to the line. All right, we're going to add Florida. All right, added to the line. Here we go. Here we go. Who do I want to win the FIFA World Cup? All right, I'm going to write it down on this paper right now. Here we go. Here we go. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Tiny Bean. All right, I'm about to do the spin art for the World Cup winner, who I think. So there's France. I'm going to do the World Cup winner right now. Here we go. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Uh-oh. You guys might have saw that. Oh, man, you saw it. That's okay. I'm still going to do it. All right. You subscribed? You want Kenya? Yes, sir. I got you. Thank you for subscribing. All right. Kenya's added to the list. All right. Here we go. All right. The winner of the World Cup is about to be announced. Spain! There we go. There we go. All right. It's Spain. You guys already knew. Oh, man. I wish you didn't see it. It was hard for me to hide it. Oh, my gosh. It is full of paint. But, guys, I think Spain's going to win the World Cup. What do you guys think? And if you agree, let me know. Because I think Spain's going to win the World Cup. What do you guys think? Or, those Argentina fans, do you guys think Argentina is going to continue it? Because I see a lot of Argentina fans in this chat. So, I don't know. There's some debate there. There's some debate. I don't know. What do you guys think? All right, guys, let's get this going. Next up is going to be the USA. Let's go with the red, white, and blue for USA. All right, here we go. Awesome, here we go. Oh, you didn't see it. You just saw the colors. Fair enough. All right, red, white, and blue. Here we go. Here we go. All right, let's get that one spinning. Here we go. Here we go. You're subbed Russia. All right, I got you. Add you to the list real quick. All right, I got you added. Do not worry. All right. Here we go. Here we go. All right, USA. There we go. There we go. All right, coming up next is Argentina, the other team in the World Cup. So, here we go. Here we go. All right, we're going to do the pinstripes. Light blue. Dark blue. White. Here we go. Let's get that one spinning. All right, here we go. Argentina, there you are, there you are. Awesome, coming up next is going to be Australia. Let's get this going. We're going to use a little bit of yellow with some pink in the middle because they got a pink leg. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's go, let's go. There we go. All right. All right, I'm going to pin this message right here. Thank you so much. All right, guys, let's take a look at Australia. All right, Australia. There we go. There we go. All right, Norway coming up. Here we go, Norway. Here we go. Can I do Portugal? Sure, I got you. Kenya is in the line. We got a long, well, not a long line, but we got a little line here. Got a little line, so we are in line. Here we go. All right, here we go, here we go. All right, Norway. There you go, there you go. I don't know how to do the yin yang. I don't know, Tiny Bean. I'm not sure. All right, here we go, Germany. All right, here we go. All right, let's go. Let's get the paint going. We got the paint going, so here we go. Let's get that one spinning. All right, you just subscribed. Thank you so much, USA. You have been added to the list. I'll put you in the middle of the list, so do not worry. Here we go. Here we go. All right, Germany. There you go. There you go. All right, Germany. Next up is going to be Kenya. All right, Kenya. Here we go. Here we go. All right, let's go. All right. All right, here we go. Here we go. Awesome, guys. Let's go. All right, Kenya. There you are. There you are. Awesome. Argentina coming up next. Let's go. Let's go. All right, let's do. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, the paper's going out of focus. I apologize. My bad. All right, here we go. Let's make this one better. Hopefully this one focuses. Can you guys see that? There we go. All right. Let me know if that one was better. I can't see it live, so let me know. Let me know. All right. I am not going to be doing the yin yang. I don't know what that is, Tiny Bean, so I don't want to do something I don't know what it is. So we were not going to be doing it because I don't know what it is. All right. There we go. All right. Here we go. Here we go. All right. USA. There we go. But USA, those are the wrong colors. We got to do another one. We need to do a red, white, and blue for the USA. So here we go. All right. All right, here we go. Throw a little orange in there too. Make it interesting. All right, here we go, guys. USA, there we are, there we are. All right, Sweden. Let's go, Sweden. All right, let me take a look at something real quick. All right, Sweden. All right, guys, we're gonna do something else. If you want a spin art, send a gift. I will do one Lucky Fan spin art for 200 likes right now. So I'll do it right now. Put your name and that you're subscribed. I'll choose one lucky subscriber right now. But then after that, we are just gonna do it for people with gifts and super chats. So here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna pick one lucky subscriber right now. All right, here we go. Here we go. ALAYNAI. I mean NIA. All right, you are a lucky subscriber. So, if you guys want your name done, we are only gonna do names and requests for people that send gifts or super chats. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, let's get this one spinning. There we go. There you go. I hope you enjoy. There you go. There you go. Alright, guys. I guess we're not doing that. We are going to go back to our old way. Here we go. Here we go. So, let's go. We just did our 200 like one, so if you have to be subscribed for a chance for your name to be picked. But if you send a super chat or gift, you will skip that line. Here we go. All right, here we go. Here we go. Jamaica. Here we go. Hey guys, make sure, especially my moderators, we are all getting along. So we gotta make sure we're all getting along as moderators. You guys are all selected for a reason. You guys are all very important. So let's make sure that we are all getting along. Here we go, guys. Come on now. All right, you guys are all very important. You guys are each important. Remember that. Please remember that. All right, you think Spain's gonna win the World Cup? I agree. All right, there we go. Florida. There you are. There you are. Here we go. Another Kenya. I swear we just did Kenya, but Kenya. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Here we go. All right. This one's not going. Hold up. There we go. Hold up. All right. There we go. There we go. All right. Here we go. Kenya. There you go. There you go. Awesome. Now, this one's kind of trashed. Which country was it? I don't know what country that was. Portugal. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Let's go. There we go. All right, Spain, I got you. I can do a Uganda. You gotta let me know if you're subscribed though. So I see you're subscribed and then you're Uganda. So, here we go. All right, here we go. Here we go. Portugal. Spain, let's go. All right, here we go. All right, I'm going to write some down. Here we go. Canada, USA, Norway, New Zealand, Australia, Canada, all right, let's see what else. You gotta be subscribed. So Brazil. All right, here we go. Scotland. Let's just get Scotland added in there. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, here we go. There you go, Spain. There you go. There you go. All right, here we go, guys. Let's get this one going. Here we go. Scotland coming up next. Let's go. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, let's get it going. If somebody sends a super chat, I'll do one rainbow for one person that sends a super chat. So this will be a rainbow one for a super chat. So let me show you guys. Hold up. All right. If someone sends a super chat, I will do their name on this rainbow. So a super chat, and I will do their name on the rainbow. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Here we go. All right, Scotland. There you go. There you go. All right, coming up next is going to be another country. That will be Canada. All right, we just got a super chat. The next super chat will not be a rainbow. The next super chat is going to be their name on a card. So, I'm going to put your username, or, let's see. Trying to see. You want your username on there? I'm trying to look. Let's go. Raza Daz 8010. All right, here we go. Here we go. Don't watch a stream ever again. It's recorded. What? This thing is live, my guy. All right. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Razadot, I'm doing yours right now. So, guys, the next one will be on a card. Actually, the next one will be on this circle. So, if I get another super chat, we'll do it on this circle. Here we go. Here we go. Razadot. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Razadot 8010. There you go. I hope you can see that. There you go. All right. Here we go. Razadot. All right. There we go. All right. Yeah, you can ban him if you want. You can suspend him for 24 hours. Go for it. I don't mind. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. One of you guys can do it if you guys want to. Here we go. Here we go. All right, here we go. All right, guys, I will do names. If you send a super chat, I will do a name for you. I will also do a name if you send a gift. One of my moderators will let me know if the gifts come through. So, here we go, here we go. All right. Here we go. Canada. There we go, there we go. Guys, if you have not subscribed, make sure you guys are subscribing. All right, guys, here we go. All right, here we go. USA coming up next. Let's go. Not sure if we're going to get to it, but I can add Uganda to the list. What's up, Clay? Attack in the chat. What is up? Here we go. All right. There we go, guys. Maybe we'll just yap for a little. Oh, my gosh. We got like... All right. Let's see. What is in this chat? Did I miss something? No, Razada. All right. I'm going through the chat real quick. All right. All right, guys. Make sure you're subscribing. If you want a shout out right now, send a super chat or a gift, and I will give you a shout out right now. So, here we go. I'm just chilling here right now. So, here we go. Make sure we're subscribing, guys. Thank you so much for coming on here. So, if you want a shout out, send a super chat or a gift, and I got you. Do not worry. All right, here we go. Here we go. The classic line. All right, Tiny Bean, make sure we're not saying that in there. You know that because you are on the streams, but let's make sure we're not saying that. That's all right, Lulu. No worries. You're my biggest follower. The thing I use, it's a spin art machine. I just get it at Walmart. What's your question? I can answer your question. Can you have a shout out? I do those for the memberships now. So if you're a member, there's a certain tier on the memberships where I can do the shout outs. So. That's all right, Tiny Bean. That's all right. So, yes, gamer. Like, in a way, yeah. So, all right. Lulu. I'll give you a shout out, though. Lulu, shout out for you. I'll give it to you right now. I got you. All right. Your old name's Lorenzo. Where am I from? Washington State. Seattle. Seahawks. Yeah, guys, subscribe if you have not subscribed already. All right. Here we go. I'm not ending right now. No. I am keeping it going right now. I'm not sure when I'm going to end it, but right now, no. You guys stay on. I'm more inclined to stay on. Got a yawn. My legs hurt. I hit leg day yesterday. So. I look tired. I am tired, man. I'm dead. My hands are covered in paint. It's insane. All right. Should we stay on longer? What do you guys think? I'm only gonna do spin art if for someone that sends a chat, a super chat or a gift. I'm done with spin art. But if someone sends a super chat or a gift, I'll do theirs. So I will make that promise. Do not worry. So let's go. Tell you guys some stories. What do you guys want to know? I think we should subscribe, guys. But what story do you want to know? Curious. Am I gonna go live tomorrow? Keep notifications on. Yeah, keep notifications on. Maybe. Or am I in Quebec? I am not in Quebec. I am in Seattle, Washington, USA. You want a tale? A tale? Oh man, I don't know if I can tell a tale. Bean's gonna tell us a fairy tale. Bean, keep it in one chat. Don't like go crazy. Keep it in one chat. Like type it all out. But yeah, let's hear it, Bean. I hope it's good. I'm curious now. Bean's gonna tell us a story. I like it. I like it. I have not. Yeah, let's hear the story. I'm curious. We gotta give him time to type though. He's probably typing. So, gotta give him time. Guys, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you're subscribing. Alright, I wanna hear Bean's story, but in the meantime. I like it, Tiny Bean. I like it. I like the story. It's good. I like it. Dub story. Facts. Dub story. Alright, guys. I might end it. There's like nobody subscribing, guys. Come on, subscribe. If you guys want to come back, subscribe. But, what do you guys want to talk about? You just subscribed. Thank you, Mendel. I appreciate it. I'm tired. Oh my gosh. What's my favorite thing to watch? I do like YouTube shorts. They're pretty entertaining. Like sports. Sports is fun. Before I go, what's up? Lulu has a story. Lulu, what's your story? I'm curious. Let's hear what Lulu's story is. Lulu, type in the chat. Let's hear your story. I'm curious. Do I play kickball? Kickball, so fun. I like kickball. Everybody gotta back up though when I kick. You want to see me play kickball? Oh no. You're the best in the school? Bean. Let me go one-on-one. I think I could. No, let me go against you guys. We are choosing mods at 50,000 subscribers. Right now, we are set with mods. We're not going to do any more mods. Everyone runs back when I kick. Nice, nice. Tiny Bean, you're not beating me. I appreciate you as a mod, but whoa. Hold up. We can't. No, Bean. No. No, I'm sorry, Lulu. All right, guys. What are these emojis coming in? You're okay. Don't worry. All right, Emmy. We'll see you on the next set. On the next live stream, we will see you. I know the road to 25K is tough. Oh man, I'm sorry. All right, Mendel, I'm sorry. That's okay. Come. That's up to you. You had a dog named Max. Max is a good dog name though. It is hard to be a mod. I will say that. You got to come to a lot of streams and like the trust factor. But we have a lot of mods right now, so we're not going to expand until 50,000 subs. Bean was our Tiny Bean was our last one. Tiny Bean became one, so he came to a lot of the live streams. And before we kind of got a lot of subscribers, I did promise him, and I didn't realize that I promised him two streams. And so it was supposed to be 50,000 subscribers, but I told Bean something else. I wanted to honor my word on that. So, yeah, that's why Tiny Bean got it. But he's been at like 2 weeks worth of streams, is what he's telling me. So that's why he got it. Mendel, we're doing 50,000 subs. Do I have Discord, or are you talking to Tiny Bean? I don't have Discord. Me? I don't have Discord, no. Luke is the boy. What's up? Here we go. Yes, Ranger Danger. There we go. There we go. I'd say YouTube is like definitely the best. Yeah, I would say YouTube. What's my favorite team? Like football, soccer, or what are we talking about? Oh, I'm glad. What did Lucas ask? Do I have WhatsApp? No. Just come on the live streams and I'll talk to you guys. Just put in the chat. But I don't have WhatsApp. Oh, no, Spider-Man, what happened? Hey, guys, remember, let's all show kindness in the chat, especially the mods. We are all on the same team. Ranger is a great supporter. So. All right. Mendel, we are not going to give out anyone's phone number in here. Just for everybody's privacy. We don't want to give out anybody's number online. My favorite soccer team, I like the USA. I like Italy. You're going to Panthers football practice. That's so cool. No Lucas. What game? Josh, who's Lucas? I'm so lost on that one. No Lucas. You're a subscriber. Thanks, Poppy. Oh, he keeps asking for mod? Where is he? I don't even know. I haven't even seen that message. Oh, I saw that. I just saw it. Yeah, we're done with mods until 50,000 subs, and then we will add maybe like 10 more mods at 50,000 subs. That's what I'm thinking. So, shout out to you, Blush. Shout out. Happy birthday. I like Portugal. They're pretty cool. I wouldn't say they're my favorite team, but they're a cool team. So, all right, guys. If you haven't subscribed, make sure we're subscribing. There's a lot of people in here, so yeah, make sure we're subscribing if you haven't. Subscribe now is what they said. All right, guys, I'm going to log off. Thank you guys all for coming. I appreciate it. I will see you guys next time.